this: be mindful of how you talk to people, because you don't know who you're dealing with. Okay, mental health is a big deal nowadays. You don't know who's struggling and barely holding on. I try to be empathetic to people because I don't know what their situation is like. Especially if I'm in a place where I'm healthy and I'm good, so I don't have anything to be upset about. So I try to give people mercy and grace if they're having a bad day, if they had a bad interaction with me. I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're going through something and I'm not aware of it, and they're just projecting and they're just frustrated, and I just happen to be the victim of it. Whatever. I try to give people mercy and grace because you don't know who is one broken straw away from just losing it and taking it out upon you. Yes, be respectful to people. That's why these panels be killing me when they get to yelling and barking and cursing. I'm just like, no. I'm to the point in my life, as soon as you start cursing, you won't even have to curse at me, but if you just start cursing in a conversation with me, I'm just like, I'll tune out and I'll just fade to the bushes. Or especially if you talk aggressive to me, I'm to the point where you got it. I'm not even gonna give you a response. I'll just fade to the bushes. I'll fade to the background because you're already talking aggressive to me, and I give you no reason to do so, and you're not gonna listen to reason. So this is gonna only end up one way, and I know how I am. So to save myself anguish and nonsense, I'm gonna just go ahead and you got it. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna talk back. I'm not gonna try to who can curse the loudest and yell the loudest. I'm not gonna do none of that dumbass shit. This is why I don't be on panels. This is why I never hop on people's panels, because as soon as they get to talking slick, I'm just like, you know what? I'm out. Okay, so yeah. So let's go. You never know. She said McDonald's. You never know what people are going through. So let's do a deep dive. You ready? Let's go.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids.
Oh, okay, there's our first clue. There's our first clue as to the woman's management style. Okay, so sometimes the worst jobs, not even, it's the managers that make the job either awesome or just a place in hell. So first clue, first red flag of her former boss's management style. So she views her staff as children. Okay, let's continue. She's giving us insight.
Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy.
I hear what y'all saying, and people were in the comments like, you just quit and get another job. I don't know about y'all. Have you seen the job market out here today? It is hell. Them days of you quitting and getting a job the same day, those days are over. I don't think y'all understand how brutal the job market is and how competitive it is, even for fast food jobs. You cannot quit a job at 8 o'clock in the morning and get hired somewhere else by 5 p.m. in the same day. Those days are over. People can't afford to just be quitting all willy-nilly like they used to, not even 5 years ago. Stop that. Stop. Let's bring it back to reality. 9 times out of 10, if you're working at a fast food joint, you can't afford to quit that job. So let's not do that. But let's continue. I hear what y'all saying, but that's not reality. Okay?
I'm telling you. But
yes, indeed. These companies will post the fake job openings to look good, to stay in compliance with HR. Be like, hey, we've been posting these openings and they never hire anybody. Yeah, that's they running rampant with that shit. Yeah, a lot of fake job openings out here. Let's go.
to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
I agree. She sounds very measured. She's frustrated, but she doesn't sound like she's off the hinges. But fast forward. Come on, let's go. I'm just a product of the... She okay. Okay, this is part of the unhinging. This is part of the unhinging. Okay, this is where she becomes unhinged. All right, this is where she becomes unhinged.
She came back with a mask on her face, and the only thing I seen was her hands. That's how I knew it was her. And she started stabbing her, and I ran for help, and basically asking everybody, like, help or whatever. I tried to stop her. It was no stopping her. She stabbed her everywhere.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character.
Y'all better stop messing with people, man. Y'all better stop messing with people. Be more respectful. Be more respectful.
So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person. And I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next.
Hey. Is the universe ever wrong when shit goes left for people? Because when it goes right for people, the universe is A-okay. But when it goes left for people, are you mad at the universe? Do you blame the universe? You got it wrong on this one. Do you say that? When just random shit happens to people who you would deem good people? Do you say the universe, I don't know why? I think you got it wrong on this one.
Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
Okay, let's go back.
My mama was a good person. She was the best mom anybody could ever ask for.
Hey,
My mama, she woke up every day.
I hate it for these kids, but your mama probably played games with people. I hate it for these kids, but your mama probably played mind games with the wrong person. She got the right one. Y'all be respectful. You never know who is at the tipping point, and you just push them over the edge, and guess what? They're gonna take all their frustrations out on your ass. But let's continue.
It went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us. She died.
No. Your mama died playing with people's emotions and bullying them, from what the young lady was saying. Now, there's three sides to every story somewhere, and I know it's somewhere in the middle of the truth, but she already said that she gave us a clue of the woman's management style. Oh, y'all like my kids, I need to take my bed off. And so she viewed her staff at like her children. Okay? Stop playing with people. Okay, these people on the edge. The life is scary right now. We on the finances, whatever the case may be. You think a motherfucker is gonna be scared of after stabbing you up? You think she worried about going to jail or prison at this point? She's gonna get 3 meals a day, free health care. She's gonna get a flat screen TV. She's gonna have access to a PlayStation. She's gonna have more shit in prison than she would on her own, working, paying taxes. Do y'all understand? Some people would say, you know what, I'll take that. I get 30 years of just free shit. You would be surprised at how many people would take that offer. I get the next 10 years, I get to hang out and still do what I want to do, even though I'm in jail. Okay. All right.
My God. She was so good to everybody. A hard-working woman. So kind. If anybody needed help, she would give you her last. Give you the shirt off her back. She did not deserve that at all.
Not saying she did. I'm just saying her management style, from what the young lady said, not conducive, doesn't boost morale. Walking on eggshells, or she the big mama and y'all is the children, that she got to keep y'all all corralled. The woman said she was tapping her physically in her space. You know how people get when you walk up in somebody in physical space. You don't even respect people's physical space these days, right? Come on, man. People ain't as scared to go to jail and prison like you think they are, like it used to be. They're gonna get you out of here real quick. This is a hell of a lesson to learn for these girls. I hate this for them. Okay, when you are given authority and power, you better be respectful of people. You serve the people, not your best interest. You are a servant to the people. Okay, people in positions of authority and power, you are a servant to the people. You answer to the people. The people put you there. Yes? Come on.
How many kids does your mom?
6. All 6 of us. Me and my
5 girls.
siblings.
Bitch, you got 6 kids. The last thing you should be worried about is punking this little girl with the orange hair. That's the least of your concerns. You got 6 old kids. You got other fish, bigger fish to fry than what this little bitch on the fries is doing. Come on.
And 1 boy.
My brother.
And she's aware that she took us from her.
We met everybody at McDonald's. My mama always shared with everybody that she loved her kids, showed them pictures of us. We would come up here. We met her co-worker.
Tell us about your sweet mom.
My mama was a
Okay. We're gonna get to the story though. Yeah, you gotta watch how you talk to people. You know? Especially ones that are eccentric with that peace and positivity shit. They're like Charles Manson. Any perceived disrespect can lead to this. Yes. You got to watch how you talk to people. Got to watch how you talk to people. Okay. Let's get to where. Okay. So the girl gave you an insight. She gave you insight. She gave you a glimpse. She gave you a clue. Right? Okay. So let's go to the actual story. Where is that? Here we go. All right, let's go.
To the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury.
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afani Muhammad, please set forth the factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. 71025 McDonald's employee, Afeni Muhammad, stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at McDonald's restaurant at 17921 now. Harris was not armed with dying and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hood mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing and was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon, carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed, and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number 25354, People versus Afani Badu Muhammad. Counsel appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sean Hangebeld appearing on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Please, this honorable court, Matthew Licata appearing on behalf of Mrs. Muhammad, who does appear via Zoom.
Oh, so that's her public defender. Okay.
Name, please, ma'am.
Afeni Muhammad.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea. Have this matter set for a probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Esteban, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of East Point. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually was taking some online classes for college for her physical therapy degree.
Wow.
Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but
yes, from time to time, some cases have been won by public defenders. I'm not gonna say they're few and far between, but I think it happens more often than not. I haven't looked at the numbers though, and it depends on what county, city, state. I wonder how to look into that. That's a good question.
Physical that involves alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she may go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this matter that is appropriate, that my client can meet so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare her for defense in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all. And in this case, we are requesting no bond, as I indicated. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case, involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious bullying, was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number one, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involve a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is
I think if they're smart, they go with the mental issues. I think if you're gonna do that, yeah, that's the best route to go, because clearly her videos, her online, when right before she kind of had her mental break, indicate there was something going on up there, you know. So that's a good strategy. Probably the only strategy she has to beat the life in prison. Yeah, if she wants to get out by the time she's in her 40s, I would claim I was crazy. Yeah, mental illness all day.
A significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number two, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there's substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number five, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment: although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million cash security only, with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS steel cuff tether. She's not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours.
$25 million.
She must report any change of address within 24 hours. There would be
could put it at $1 million. She still wouldn't get out.
Stringent
I get it.
Daily contact with community corrections as to her whereabouts. She also would be required to have alcohol and drug testing as a condition of her release. There would be no contact.
You said they let her go. She's doing the race.
Any witnesses, she's not to return to McDonald's. And if she is unable to post the $25 million bond, she will remain in custody pending further proceedings. And that concludes this matter for today. We will see you back here.
Wow.
Now, she's accused of plotting the murder of her manager at a McDonald's in East Point, and now she's being held on a bond set at $25 million. The
26-year-old East Point woman faced a judge today as the family of the victim, Jennifer Harris, comes to grips with the tragic end to her life. Harris was stabbed to death Thursday morning at the McDonald's at 9 Mile and Schroeder in East Point. 7 News Detroit reporter Ruda Olsenida was inside the courtroom today when the suspect was formally charged with first-degree premeditated murder, and we learned of her violent past.
New details coming out in court on Friday about the gruesome and what prosecutors say was a calculated way to take the life of a mother of 6 and hardworking employee here at McDonald's. The suspect pleading not guilty to a multitude of charges, including first-degree murder.
She stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death.
Prosecution laying out the gruesome details of how 39-year-old Jennifer Jamma Harris lost her life at her place of work at the East Point McDonald's near 9 Mile and Schroeder Thursday morning. The suspect accused of her murder, 26-year-old East Point resident Afeni Muhammad, appearing in court virtually pleading not guilty. Her attorney arguing that Muhammad has had a difficult past.
She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical.
Detectives say Thursday morning Muhammad was sent home from work early. Before leaving, she told her manager and the victim that she'll be back.
When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
East Point police tell me in their investigation they also considered the suspect's social media posts, where she is seen waving around a knife in one Instagram video and discussing being sent home early by Jennifer Harris in previous incidents.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early? It's not funny. Somebody got to do something about that.
Due to the suspect having a record in Virginia for a similar crime involving another knife, the judge set her bond at $25 million cash or surety.
Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight.
If convicted, Muhammad could be spending the rest of her life behind bars. She's due back in court July 23rd for a probable cause conference. Meanwhile, I reached out to McDonald's representatives who tell me that this location...
Okay, probable cause, they're going to start making deals, or I think they're going to eventually take the life off the table and start making first offer like, okay, 60 years or 50 years, whatever the case may be. They're going to start the process kind of like whittling down the time. I don't think the DA is going to risk taking her to trial for first degree murder, given the backstory of this young lady, because she can lay out the case for, I've been abused. I got issues. I snapped. she was abusive to me, and I had flashbacks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could make more trouble than not for the prosecutor. So we'll keep our eye on this. I don't think she does. I think she'll plead out if the DA takes a mental illness plea or condition, and 30 years she'll be out. When she's 56. I don't even 30. I don't know. If this thing does not go to trial, I don't know, maybe 25 to 30 years. I don't know, but we'll keep an eye on this.
Where the crime occurred will reopen to the public on Saturday. In East Point, I'm Ruda Olsenaya, 7 News Detroit.
All right, thank you so much, Ruda.
Once again, I'm not saying you gotta treat them like kings and queens, but be respectful, man. Like, you don't know who is on the verge of snapping. God forbid you be on the receiving end of somebody having a bad fucking day. There's people at home counting on you to come back home. Like, that's the thing. You have little people, young people needing you to come back home. So whatever issue she had with that young lady was not worth it. Bitch, you got 6 whole kids. Be able to come back home to take care of these kids. So now, where are they gonna go? Where family members gonna take on 6 kids? 6 kids.
First at 5, killed on the job. A mother of 6, a McDonald's manager, stabbed to death during her shift. This is a story that has shaken our entire community. Thank you for joining us. I'm Simon Shakehead.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. Our hearts are heavy as we think about the family and friends of 39-year-old Jennifer Harris.
Loved ones left searching for answers.
39 with 6 kids. Wow. So she was sexually reckless, sexually undisciplined. No, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to denigrate the victim. I'm not. But be respectful to people, man.
Jennifer was kind, hardworking, deeply loved. This tragedy started when Harris reportedly sent an employee home early, and that worker allegedly came back and attacked her.
Just hard to believe it happened at 9 Mile and Schroeder in East Point. 7 News reporter Ruda Olsenaya is speaking with the family tonight about their devastating loss and the terrifying moments that changed everything.
39-year-old Jennifer Jamma Harris went to work at this East Point McDonald's every single day to support her family, and they say she did not deserve this.
Why take our mama from us? You knew we loved each other.
It is absolute heartbreak for the family of Jennifer Harris, a 15-year employee of McDonald's and the manager here in East Point. They all gathered at the very spot she lost her life Thursday morning. Police say it was a senseless act caused by a simple argument.
There was a dispute between 2 co-workers, and one co-worker was sent home as a result of the dispute.
That co-worker, a 26-year-old East Point resident, then allegedly returned hours later with a kitchen knife and stabbed Jennifer multiple times. A customer and licensed CPL holder, noticing the violence, fired a single shot into the air to put an end to what he was seeing.
Nobody was hit by the gunshot, but it did stop the assault. The suspect dropped the knife and started running away from the location.
That Good Samaritan then detained the suspect before she could get far until police arrived and took her into custody. Jennifer was rushed to a local hospital but died due to her injuries. Neighbors say they sometimes hear arguments at this McDonald's, but never anything like this.
Goodness, I don't even know what to think, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just sad all around. You don't want to see this.
The loving mother leaves behind her 6 children, who say they used to visit both their mom and the suspect at work and are confused to why the violence had to escalate this far.
We would come up here. We met her co-workers. We met the lady and everything. I don't understand why she had to kill her.
We reached out to the owner of this McDonald's, who told us in part, quote, "Violence of any kind is unacceptable in my restaurants, and we are taking this matter extremely seriously." Meanwhile, the family says Jennifer will be remembered as selfless and kind, her memory never forgotten.
My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us.
Anyone who witnessed this incident is asked to call East Point Police. Meanwhile, this case has already been sent to the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office for review. In East Point, I'm Ruda Olsenaya, 7 News Detroit.
Oh, I thought
Stop mistreating people. Stop mistreating people. I don't. You got 6 kids. Like, what could be more important than you going home to your kids every day? I don't, sometimes you're going to have to eat some shit. You're going to have to eat some shit. You're going to have to take an L. You're like, you know what? You got it.